Hi, I'm Sarah from Heirloom Creations, and we recently did a Sewtopia sewing club all on scarves. Now, my inspiration started from an Anita Good Design collection called Floral Scarf Ends, and this was one of the designs I did on this scarf here. We went ahead and just stitched it on a piece of fabric. It kind of is done on wash-away stabilizer, so when you wash it away, you have a design, and then you just stitch up the fabric to the other end. I did put one on each end, and how fun is that? There's great jewelry you can add to scarves to really kind of jazz up things as you're doing it. The one I'm wearing is actually an infinity scarf, which I'm going to show you. Now, I went to the fabric store, not ours, because we just have the cotton fabric. It's not as light and drapey as you probably want for a scarf. The lighter, the better. It's really what you're after. And I walked up with a couple bolts of fabric, and I said, 1.5 yards, 1 2/3 yards. And she goes, "Oh, are you making scarves?" And I said, "Yes." "How did you know?" She goes, "Oh, people come in all the time going through the fabrics, those really lightweight fabrics, especially with prom season. You've got some great sheer fabrics that are out and about, and having fun and making your own. You can use a serger to serge the ends, or you could use a hemmer foot for your sewing machine." Now, one of the things with the hemmer foot that I sometimes recommend is that when you set it up is to set the stitch length to be according to the fabric, a little thicker for heavier fabrics, a little shorter for finer fabrics. Make sure you have a nice sharp needle when you're working on something like a really sheer fabric, so you don't punch or perforate that fabric or push it down into the sewing machine. Use like a Microtex sharp needle, probably a 70 and a lighter weight thread. So this is actually one that I picked up. This was actually a thicker fabric. We're going to revisit this next month when we do monograms. So I'm going to add a monogram onto here. I kind of wanted something a little bit more kind of preppy, kind of great for fallish, and once again some great jewelry where this is just kind of two circles, and then you just pull the scarf through it and then tuck that up, and then you can tie that up. It's really neat to kind of add some of these neat accents. This one you've seen before if you've watched the video we did from our t-shirt makeover Sewtopia. And this is actually their little tubes cut from t-shirts side to side here, about 1 inch. Give them a little pull and they turn into different little tubes. Tie them together, add a little pin to give it a little bit of extra detail. Fun little scarf there. Now I'm going to tell a little secret here. I actually had a serger fail. That means I tried to use my serger and I could not. I had fabric that was so crazy slinky. Every time I cut it, it seemed like I was cutting it straight, and then I'd lift it up and it was just wavy, wavy. And it was not fun to work with. My serger, I tried everything that I could. And sometimes a serger edge is not going to be appropriate for the sheerness of a fabric. And I think that's why you sometimes pay more for like a hand-stitched hem on a scarf. Now here we actually were successful by using the hemmer foot on the sewing machine, straight stitch and going all around all 4 sides. Now the only thing I ran into is I had a pile of scarves. Every time I saw those cute little videos on how to tie scarves, I realized I did not have the proper length or width for those types of cute ties that were going on. And we will link to those in our blog, so just follow the link in the bottom of this YouTube video and I'll show you what we're talking about. You've probably seen them. It's like 40 ways to tie a scarf in like 3 minutes, and it's great fun to watch, and you think, oh, I want to do that. I want to look cute. But if you have a scarf in your closet that you love, it fits you nice, measure that scarf, and then you'll know, like when you want to make some more, what is a proper size for you. Some of those long oblong ones, they're much longer than you realize, and the width of fabric is not enough. You need to go the length of fabric, so you're buying a lot more fabric and then cutting off the distance that you don't need. So the little infinity scarf, one of my favorites, because it's just really 2 little links here, kind of show you. That's just 1 little tube of fabric. It's very lightweight. That's what you're going for. And I just really flip it over my head with a twist. But you could tie it in a knot and then have a little bit shorter. Again, depending on your height and your body build, you might have certain scarves that are going to look better on you than others. So again, test out, look in the mirror, see what's going to be pleasing, and it all depends on what you're wearing with it. A jacket or a shirt or something sleeveless, without the sleeves. So there's lots else that you can do it. So to do the infinity scarf, and once again, we'll link to some instructions here. Just take, this one was done with 22 inches wide, and fold it right sides together and stitch that long, long edge in a seam. You might want to go back and serge this because I can see already it's unraveling, and eventually it's going to unravel up to my seam. Now, after that seam is done, you're going to take your hand, open it up at the top, and reach in. You're going to reach into the lower edge, pull that all the way up. Now I have a hold of the seam down below, and I'm pulling it up and matching it to the seam at the top here. So now we have kind of this long sleeve, matching up the raw edges around that top kind of circle, and all you need to do is stitch all the way around, leaving an opening. Turn your scarf through that opening and hand stitch it close. That's it. How simple is that? So when you find fun fabric that you love, go ahead and make a quick little infinity scarf out of it. Probably the quickest that you'll do. Okay, some other things, the jewelry. This is a store-bought scarf. There's these little jewelry ends, and then you can add the little pennant that will hang with that scarf kind of in the middle, so you can jazz up. Maybe it's something plain, but it really ties in with your outfit. And then this one is great. This one is knit. It's kind of slinky and stretchy here. I love the little silver sheen to it. Now, being that it's knit, I did not hem the edges. The knit naturally rolls to the wrong side, and then that way it kind of made its own little hem. But what I did do is I sliced the lower edges up a ways and then just pulled on a little bead. Now, they're not tied or anything. They're just kind of hanging out here. So if you do give it a good pull, they are going to come off. But hopefully nobody's pulling on your scarf. But that's just going to add a little bit. It does add a little bit of weight, but how fun is that? And just jazzes up a single piece of fabric that's been cut. So this is a no-sew scarf. So, and then of course when I was there, I found some fun fabrics that I just wanted to have in my collection. So I went ahead and just cut this one up into a big square. So if I was to fold it, maybe I'm going to an outdoor summer wedding and I want something like a little wrap, maybe for the evening hours when it might cool off. That is all set. Again, I just hemmed up the edge and held it good. I didn't do anything fancy with that. I just love the fabric. Great excuse to buy fabric. Oh, I'll make a scarf out of it. And then this one, I know you might not be able to see it, but it's got these kind of ruffles on it. And I went ahead and cut two lengths and sewed them here, so as it hangs, the ruffles on the right go down and the ruffles on the left go down. So they all hang towards the floor, and it's just fun and a little bit of extra bit. So remember, go through your closet. You need to find what widths and lengths are good for you in the type of tying that you like to do for your scarves, and check out some of those extra videos that will help you maybe do a little bit different tie than just the basics that you're probably used to. So thanks for watching, and check out our blog at heirloomcreations.net.